All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Okay, here's an article going into, this whole tension with Iran thing, which now you have, some members of NATO basically saying that they're not trying to, have no parts with it. All right, so I'm gonna read it real quick, and really it made me think of this one precept right here in the Book of Revelation. But let me read a little bit of it real quick. It's a short article, so it says France warns Pentagon chief not to drag NATO into military action against Iran. All right, it says the U.S. Defense Secretary is trying to internationalize the U.S. standoff with Iran by convincing NATO allies to help. France reportedly rebuked his advances, saying the alliance shouldn't be dragged into war in the Gulf. All right. It says Mark Esper is meeting his NATO counterparts in Brussels this week, attempting to bring NATO members onto Washington's side as its confrontation with Tehran is ratcheting up. Okay, but you gotta understand that even these NATO countries, all right, are seeing that the U.S. is doing too much. They're seeing that the U.S. is really just trying to provoke Iran, and they're like, yo, yeah, we're in an alliance, but we're not really with this because what's the point? You're trying to start war for no reason. So it says, talking to reporters, but you know what? This is playing perfectly into the hands of prophecy. All right. It says, talking to reporters at NATO HQ on Thursday after a closed door session, Esper said the other allies need to publicly condemn Iran's bad behavior, claiming this would help push events away from a military track. But look at that. U.S. can't attack Iran without European support. This was by a former Italian foreign minister, Frattini. It says here, but there seems to be skepticism among Europeans about Washington's effort to build a coalition to oppose Iran. During the meeting, Esper was warned by France not to involve the NATO alliance in any military mission in the Gulf. So they're saying they're not trying to be a part of it. Now these are supposed to be allies of the U.S. Okay, keep that in mind. It says Reuters reported, together with other European heavyweights like Berlin, Paris called on the U.S. to uphold the Iran nuclear accord, which the U.S. broke over a year ago, in what may have been seen as the trigger point of this ongoing escalation. Yeah, because a lot of them said, "Yo, just stay in the deal." A lot of these other countries were willing to stay in the deal and deal with Iran, but the U.S. was like, "Nah." All right, because the Lord was stirring it up. Because, well, guess what? We're in that time of war. All right, so the Lord was stirring up that spirit back into these nations, and the Lord is using Trump and the U.S. to stir up that warlike spirit in these other nations. All right. It says the Pentagon chief called on the allies to take part in maritime patrols in the Persian Gulf. The patrols, he believes, would deter further attacks against oil tankers. Washington accused Iran of using limpet bombs to damage 6 tankers in 2 different incidents, but some European nations expressed doubt that the evidence the U.S. presented to make its case is conclusive. Iran rejected the accusations and implied the incidents were false flag operations meant to escalate tensions and justify the American military buildup in the Middle East. And this is what gets the U.S. is because of these Persians are not stupid, man. They're very smart. All right, and the little veil that these elites have over the world, it's lifted, man. It's being lifted, and these other nations are seeing the whore, all right, or Babylon for what it truly is. And that's why they're like, we see through your tips and tricks, man. We saw you performing on other nations, other countries. So you're not about to come here and start using the same tactics, thinking we're about to sit laying on our backs and just watch it happen. Okay. Now there's a quick precept. This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate. Now you notice how it says you saw it upon the beast. Okay, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have the allies of the U.S. all right, which represent the horns. Okay, those are the different nations. They're gonna turn, like it says here, shall make her that says these shall hate the whore. That whore is what? America. Okay, so that's why it says here. That's why and it's starting off. These nations are seeing that the tensions with Iran, it's not something that is as the U.S. is making it out to be, and it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop here. All right, something is gonna happen that's gonna completely set these allies of the U.S. off to the point where they're like, all right, you're done. We're not dealing with you. To the point where it says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So something is gonna happen to the point where these nations, even the allies of America, America's gonna do something or get involved in something so aggravatingly stupid, all right, that is gonna cause their American allies, all right, to turn and shoot missiles on America too. It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts, meaning their minds, to fulfill his will, which is what? Prophecy. And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And that's why now you're seeing the spirit being stirred up. But prior to that, they were what? They were in league with the U.S. All right, because what? That's for prophecy's sake. Okay. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, just a quick update. All right, concerning prophecy, man, and hey, every day, man, you got articles on top of articles coming out. All right, concerning prophecy. So the Most High is speeding up these days, man. All right, there's no doubt about that. The Most High is speeding up these days. All right, and so it's our job to keep watching. All right, because something can happen at any moment. So we gotta be on our guard. All right, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and Shalom.